Hey guys, we're back for Livecop episode 4. In this week's Livecop, we're going to go over my success from the Supreme Dunks, the AJ1 University Blues, the Readymade Blazers, and the Ash Blue Yeezy drops. I'll be doing a voiceover again for each of the clips to go over my process on how I set up for each drop, where I messed up, and things I could have done differently to improve my chances of copying for next time. Before we start, I'm going to go over a few of my social medias. This is my Instagram. If you have any questions, you can shoot me some DMs through here. Twitter is the same. They're all at Bot or Tona. And then same thing, drop a like and sub on YouTube. Alright, let's get into things. Alright guys, I'm going to take you through my Wrath setup for the AJ1 University Blues that just came out. I ended up getting 9 with Wrath over the course of about 2 hours. A few maybe we're an hour and a half in that I'm not going to show, but there's probably 2 or 3 that I'll show from this screen recording. My setup was pretty simple. It was 3500 delays using AYCD with 2 CAPTCHA, and pretty much kept everything simple. The resis were all down, so I stuck to all my ISPs from Oculus, and yeah, you'll see everything that goes on. Oh, let's go, Wrath. Just hit East Bay. As you can tell, I'm getting a few checkouts. I used, I think, 150 ISPs, maybe a little more than that, I can't really remember, and I used a lot of premium private resis. Shout out to Oculus. Those really helped me out, along with their ISPs and DCs. Oh, got another one. Alright guys, moving on to the Supreme Dunk drop. It didn't go as planned as I thought. This is actually a clip from restocks the next day. I actually woke up early, stared at the monitors, waited for that drop, and then started my tasks again. I upped it to a lot more tasks. I believe it says, I think I ran 150-ish out of these. I don't know, all of them were started. But my initial drop, I stuck to browser with some API. Had a bunch processing, but I got a lot of declines on initial, so I'm not going to show you guys that. Didn't go as well as I thought. But for restocks, I did actually end up hitting 1, as you could see at the end of this. It was for actually a buddy of mine for one of my slots that I ran. And yeah, didn't go as well as I thought, but I ended up with 1, and I'm happy about that. I think next time I got to run a little bit more API mode and diversify my tasks. But yeah, and then we're going to move on to the Readymade Dunks next. Alright guys, moving on to the Readymade Nike Blazers. I actually tested out Mech AAO's sneaker module on this drop. It actually went pretty well. I just ran a few of my accounts because I didn't want to overload my PC with the TSB and everything else running. And it actually went pretty well. So if anybody doesn't want to buy TSB or any of those copies like that, and you do have Mech AAO, I highly suggest using that because it did go very well. And they have a lot of updates coming out for it. Other than that, I did hit 3 pairs, 2 of the Readymade Dunks and 1 of the Hazes on this other bot. One of them actually stuck, with the other 2 getting insta-canned. And we're going to move on to the Yeezy 450 drop. I'm not going to show the Ash Blues because I actually can't find my footage for that, but I'll show you how the 450 went for me. Alrighty guys, I'm going to show you my Yeezy 450 Cloud White drop. Considering I couldn't find the 350 Ash Blue footage, I did hit some on that, and I will show it in my summary. I hit 3 for sizes 7.5 and 8. I didn't get any base sizes. I didn't have Wrath at the time, and Mech couldn't pull through for me, which is fine. But it did get me some size 8s. But I did win a Wrath weekly key. Thank you to the Wrath team for that. And it did do pretty well on all the other drops. As for the 450s, it did not work for me. Maybe somewhere in my setup. I only had the night before to set up Wrath since I got it at midnight Eastern time, and I was up till 2 or 3 setting up and getting everything started for these drops. But yeah, all in all, I do have mistakes. I do have to look over some of this. For Yeezy supply, I haven't had much success with that. But yeah, looking forward to it and might have to buy a Wrath copy soon. And thank you guys for watching. Here's the summary from everything else.